Okay, let's welcome Glenn.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As promised last week, there is a bit of a game show element, so I've been talking to a few people who are willing participants to win a little game which is worth £15.99 in the shops. So there's a game for you to win tonight, and the two runners up will win a can of Carling each. So which is fair. There's a way of saying thank you for playing Cards Against Humanity, which I will sort out in a few minutes. But first, I'm going to do some impressions, continuing from last week, where the theme is 70s and 80s impressions. Do you remember the original host of Through the Keyhole? You had David Frost, who always opened it with "Hello, good evening, and welcome to Through the Keyhole." And tonight, as always, we have our most introductive Lloyd Grossman. Well, who'd live in a house like this? But can you imagine it if Kim Woodburn was there today? She'd be going, "Oh, look at the dirt here, Livy. Oh, look at all the dirt along here. This place hasn't been lived in for a long time." Well, that's Jimmy Savile's house for you, isn't it? But we're talking about Jimmy Savile. Never. I was about that and having. I got a letter saying, "Dear Jim, can you fix it? Can you fix it for me to be Prime Minister?" And his name is Keir Starmer, over my dead body. So there you go. And of course you got the likes of. I remember Star Wars films came out in the 70s, didn't they? 1977. You had the original Star Wars. So, and I'm going to do the 4 Star Wars impressions that I do. And here they are. So, of course, you got old Obi-Wan Kenobi, who would say something like, "He's not the droid you're looking for. No. Move along. And you got Yoda. Get a sentence is the wrong way around, I do. So that's Yoda. And of course you got Darth Vader as well, which is for Christmas. Luke Skywalker is having a PlayStation 5 and an action man with retractable hands. I know this, for I have felt his presence. And of course, you got Emperor Palpatine. Can you imagine it? Emperor Palpatine gives Darth Vader a Viagra pill. "Rise, Lord Vader." Yeah, Viagra, rise. And I tell you what do you call a Norwegian bank robber? Hands up. Yeah, you got that? And of course, I mean, can you imagine a polite bank robber? Sorry about the hold up. But there you go. And who else have we got on my list of friends today? We've got, do you remember Jimmy Cricket? Everybody remembers Jimmy Cricket, yeah? The Irish comedian. He goes, "Well, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Jimmy Cricket. Yep. I went to my doctor's and I says to him that I've got a fear of people following me. He said, don't go to pantomimes. I said, why not? He said, they're right behind you. And of course, can you imagine Brian Blessed going into a library? He'd be like this. Good morning, librarian. Do you have all quiet on the Western Front? But, oh yeah, that's Brian Blessed down to a T. I actually met him once at a convention, and of course, I don't think he sort of got the joke that I was doing an impression of him with him, but it's wonderful. But I tell you who I did do an impression of, and he absolutely liked it, but he enjoyed the impression very much. And it's John Challis who I met, and I did the impression of Boise, and he actually liked the impression. And when I met him again, his on-screen wife, Sue Holderness, who played Marlene, she was there, and she enjoyed it as well. Right, so here we go. This is Boise from Only Fools and Horses. Oh, Marlene, you daft tart. So, there you go, and he absolutely loved that. And so did she when she heard it, because he actually said to her that I did the best Boise impression he's ever heard. So, that's quite an impressive thing, isn't it? And when I met Fenella Fielding, she got me to talk to her in the voice of Kenneth Williams. So, I told her that I started doing Kenneth Williams impressions when I was a kid. Purely as a piss take. But I thought, as I got older, I thought, if I'm going to do an impression of him, I might as well do it properly. So I did. And it was like this. Oh, Nathan! Well, what have we got here now? We're going to be playing Cards Against Humanity. Well, that'll be interesting, won't it? So, we'll be having that up in a minute. Who wants to have a win of hosting a race night? Now in America, the Democrats will be renaming that, wouldn't they, as host a race bait night, because they like to cause division, don't they, the Democrats Party in America. And I remember what Joe Biden actually said before he became Prime Minister, before he became President. He actually said to people in the black communities, he was saying, well, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Well, that'd be like walking through a graveyard and saying, well, if you don't vote for me, you ain't dead. Now that explains how you won the election, doesn't it? Because apparently there was some ghost voting going on. So, according to rumour, so that's what I'll say, so that I'm not pulled from YouTube. And funny thing is, Joe Biden is the only pensioner that I know of that falls upstairs regularly. I mean, pensioners normally start off upstairs and fall downstairs, don't they? Not Joe Biden, he goes up for the airplane and falls, doesn't he? So, I mean, he goes for a trip before he gets on the plane. That's the funny thing about it. I mean, he's not like how Pope John Paul II was, where when he got off the plane, I used to think he was drinking again. Because remember, he reached the floor, he kissed the floor, he went onto his knees on the tarmac, and he went and kissed the ground. I thought, well, I said to my dad, I hope the Pope's pissed again, Dad. So there we go. So we've got a bit of a game show elements tonight. So if I just put my drink down here somewhere, just out of the way. Right, and who wants to be contestant on tonight? I mean, you've got to be willing to be on camera because this does go out on YouTube. So just show that I've got the prize. There you go, the host your own race night it is. So, and that is worth in the shops at £15.99. As you can see, bargain, and you're going to win it here for free. And don't worry about if you don't win, you're guaranteed a consolation prize, which I've also got a can of Carling each for the two winners. Two consolation prizes for you. So there's going to be one prize, which is this. That's the main prize. So, who wants to be up? Did you want to be up on this, Zoe? Or Dale? Zoe, Dale? Right.
What's the game?
The game?
Not that. What we were playing.
Oh, right. Right. Have you ever heard of Cards Against Humanity? Now, in the actual game, you dealt 10 cards, but because we're going to play a quick version, I shall grab a few of these cards. Right. There's black cards which are the question cards, and sometimes it's a fill the blank, like a bit like blank to blank. And also, the white cards are the answers, and some of the answers can be a bit on the risque side, shall we say. And it's quite a good version. You'll enjoy it. So, would you like to have a chance?
Well, yeah. Hey, I'll make a fool of myself.
Okay, right. Who else is willing to, I'll put it in quotes, make a fool of themselves, but don't worry, you're not being classed as fools.
Anybody else going to make a fool of themselves? I'm the winner then. Just give me the prize that it's only me.
Right. Zoe, did you want to have a go? Any other bar staff?
I'm going to go up in a minute.
Yeah, you can come up. What about you on there, yeah? Do you want a chance to win?
Yeah. How much?
Nothing, it's free.
It's nothing, it's free.
Free.
What's the catch?
There is no catch.
You
No
get up
catch.
here and make a fool of yourself the
The
same
only
as
catch is that
me.
it's going on YouTube, and that's the only thing.
Quiz.
It's not quiz as such, it's more of a game show. It's just,
Okay, I'll do it.
yeah, congratulations, you're contestant number 2. And who else wants to have a go? Joe, do you want to have a bit of fun? No?
No, you've got to.
Just need one more.
Yeah, okay.
You're happy, right? Okay, right. I've got to. Can we give the contestants a round of applause, please? Right. Okay. Just stand here and. Okay. Right.
I don't know the game yet, though, by the way.
You don't know the game. Well, fear not.
Ah, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Who makes the most rudeness statement? Who's picking?
Right. Right. Here it is. You'll actually enjoy this.
Yeah.
I have played it once, it was rich. You played it once?
Okay, so here we go.
Just scream. Just scream.
Obviously, it's not like
No, it's not a question. It's not a question and answers game. You've seen blankety blank, haven't you? Where they're filling the blank. Well, what it is, I've got black cards there, which are the question cards. Some of them are questions, others are fill the blank, right? So some of the we've got familiarity with your names. What's your name, sorry?
Heather.
Heather,
Zoe.
Zoe, and
Jack.
Jack. Right, so here we go. I'm going to shuffle the cards now. I've just grabbed a few from the pack. And I'm going to ask you to fairly pick a card. Pick any card you want.
Oh, we just picking them.
Yeah, pick a card, any card you want.
I want this one right here that's awkwardly in the back.
Okay.
Oh,
we always want was next.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
not a great one, I'm not gonna lie. Depends what
Right. So, here's a question coming up.
Oh, is this the answer?
Yeah, that's the answer. So here we go.
Right.
This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a. Don't read it out. Just let's have a look
This is the
at
way
what
the
it
world
is.
ends, not with a bang, but with a...
Yeah. Well. Okay.
Oh, no.
I think I've won this one.
Okay, Mike. This is where you come into it. You're not escaping this one. Right. You remembered your answers. You remembered the answers, yeah?
Just about.
Right.
This is longer than a
Right, now, Mike, I'm going to need you here to be the judge. So,
Hit the right person, Mike.
Who's the judge? I don't know anyone. Who's the judge?
Mike.
Mike,
David Bowie.
the open mic host. That's why he's called Mike, because he Mike
This is
open
cool as
mic.
David Bowie.
Right, so Mike, are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
The three options you've got are a really good hat, David Bowie flying in on a tiger made of lightning, and a gassy envelope.
The gassy antelope.
Yeah, gassy envelope.
Okay, so who got the gassy antelope? You? Zoe gets 1 point.
Happened to David Bowie. Come on.
So, it's the first one to win 2 points.
Okay. Mike.
What?
Give me another point.
He did David Bowie.
Well, you want to fix this?
Okay. Zoe, you pick the first one.
It's not worse.
Okay, so here's the right. Here's now this is the fill the blank one. Blank. That's why Mum's gone to Iceland.
Wait, one more time, sorry.
Blank. That's why Mum's gone to Iceland. So. Right, I don't know which one was yours. Which one was yours?
I'm not telling
It
you.
doesn't matter, we remember.
Okay, so here we go. Okay, so Mike, here we go. We've got concealing an erection, a fleshlight, not a flashlight, but a fleshlight, and just touching David Beckham's hair. So which one? Blank. That's why Mum's going to Iceland. So which one? The what?
For an erection.
The erection one. Okay. Who had that one?
That was me.
That was you. Zoe. Zoe is the winner because he's the first one to win 2 rounds.
Hey, well done, Zoe.
So here we go.
Well done, well done,
Thank
Zoe.
you.
Well done.
I could have done it.
Congratulations, Zoe. And there you go. Congratulations. And the other two have got a can of Carling each. Sorry, it's not Carling, it's Carlsberg. So there's a can of Carlsberg for you. And a cup. Okay, and that concludes tonight's performance. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I thought you were going to back me with the...
Next week, I'll be back.
Hey. You ready, Joe?